So I just had a good uh, short conversation. Some might consider it long, depending on where you are in your life and advanced as you are. Uh, with a very wise person who I might be related to that might have known me before I was alive. And we got talking about dominoes, the domino effect. One thing that you do ripples. The ripple through still water. One of my favorite Dead songs. Um, but what got into my mind was Van Morrison. So I'll go there in a second. But so the effects that we have, they ripple, domino, whatever you want to think of it as. You can make a decision in the moment, depending on your clarity of mind, to go on one fork or the other, and it's like that choose your adventure book, you know. So you get to this point. Um, if you want to go to that adventure, flip to page 38. Or if you want to go to that other point, flip to page 17. Yeah, that sort of thing. And it struck home with me um, that we have a domino effect, a ripple effect, and I've known it for a long time. It's nothing new to me, but but seeing it in actual effect, the effect of the domino. People you're close to, people you deal with, people who know you, people who've been around you for a long time. Uh, I can go into animals. You know, one domino effect I remember from the past is I. So we had I got this house, and before we moved in, the neighbors they loved their fresh vegetables, and it was a very small space. It was very hard to grow stuff in that space, and because of the area, there were a lot of mice, and the mice would come up and they would eat their cucumbers, all their veggies, and everything like that. And when I moved in, uh, I brought a couple of my outdoor cats with me. Us, man, you know who us is. And it wasn't long after that they started bringing us uh, a lot of their leftover crops. And I was like, oh, well, thank you so much. And they're like, no, well, thank you. I was like, what do you mean, thank me? And I'm like, well, since you brought these cats, they started killing all our mice. The mice were eating all of our crops. I mean, they're crops, not crops like like a mass thing, but their little garden, They were trying to grow all these tomatoes. So they bring us over big bags, like you know, this is what we. They kept enough for themselves and their family, and then brought us leftovers. The extra stuff. And it was a domino effect. We moved in, brought cats. Our cats killed all the freaking mice that were eating their crops. And, they were old folk and they would sit out, on the porch. And they'd be How's your tomato crop doing? There you go. Well, yeah, you might get into that one. This is the way I picture it in my head, but I think it's probably mostly true. And then after we got there, the mice were gone, and we cared for the cats. It wasn't like a thing that we didn't care for them. We cared for them. Cared for them. We had vets. We had a vet, actually a very very nice kind vet. She came to our house because she knew the situation. Um, she It's like days of old. The doctor brings their little carry-on bag with all their little things, little tests and injections and shoot 'em ups, and made sure they were all cared for. They all had these vicious claws because they were outdoor cats, and those outdoor cats were so nice. They brought other outdoor cats, and we lost a few. It's a harsh world out there for an outdoor cat. For an outdoor cat, I never really expect them to last more than 6, 8 months, because cars, people poisoning them. People will attract them, and then they'll take them inside, and then they'll knock them out, and they'll take them to the vet, take their claws out, keep them in a door, locked up behind a door in a room, and domesticate them. It's not the best idea to try to domesticate a feral cat, but if feral cats, if they trust you, and they if you treat them well and you talk to them, and if they start out where, like, I'm a gutter cat, and then within a couple months they're like, man, I feel good, I don't know, I feel right. That sort of thing. They bring their friends, and they're like, oh well, hey, this guy did me all right. And so after two grew to 4 to 6, and some drop off, they disappear. A couple got mauled by some dogs. It's not pretty living outside for an outdoor cat. It's not something that you get old doing. But it's a life of adventure for them, and if they trust you enough, they'll come to you. They'll let you service them, because that's what we're here to do for cats, right? We it's the only thing that we can do is for cats. Because either way, it's like, yeah, if you're not there, I'm gonna be fine. If you're here, maybe I'll be better. But the domino effect of us moving to this neighborhood was that we brought some healthy cats along with us, and our neighbor had a much healthier crop. Of course, you cut the things off and cut the things out, so it's not like they reproduce. So their line is pretty much done as soon as if you fall in my lap as an outdoor cat, you're not going to reproduce. But you're going to be healthy. You're going to live your best life afterwards. And I'll take care of you, bring you in, get you all fixed up and all that kind of stuff. So we get to talking about the domino effect and how it is in the people world. And it's based on the wise old man said there's a word named trust. And it's trust is developed, right? It's not just like, oh, hey, how's it going? I trust you. It's like, sometimes it's a slog. You just keep going along, and you build trust. Um, some are just so in need that it's like, okay, I'm about dead, and then they wake up, I'm not dead, and they look at you and like, okay, I trust you. But the ones that are like healthy and they know the territory, they come to you, and it takes a long time to build up trust. So this wise man is telling me about trust, and I'm telling him back, like, yeah, and it's a domino effect because once I learn how to trust, I know who to trust, how to trust, and who, what, where, when, how, why, all that stuff. Good journalist, and it got me to this song for Van Morrison, Domino. So I pulled it up. Let's see what we got here. So I found the lyrics for it. And of course, this is one of those songs. It's like every single song that I find that pops into my brain, I've never freaking either heard, or it's been a really long time. And I used to love the song and I heard it a lot, but I haven't heard it forever. So the Van Morrison song, Domino. Don't want to discuss it. I think it's time for a change. You may get disgusted and think I'm strange. In that case, I'll go underground, get some heavy rest, never have to worry about what is worst and what is best. Oh, Domino, roll me over, Romeo. And the wise man, Romeo, Romeo, uh, he he says that Romeo is what do you call it, the acronym for retired old men eating out. Romeo, retired old men eating out. It's like, all right, there you go. Lord of mercy, I said, oh, Domino, roll me over, Romeo. There you go. Say it again. I said, oh, Domino. Down. Ba-da-ba-da-da. There you go. Say it again. Oh, Domino. And so I was like, how far I was like, I did cheat. Uh, and I actually listened to the song very briefly just to get the initial little bit. And it goes a little something like this. And of course, like it's time for a change. You may get disgusted, some thinking that I'm strange. And kids are go on the ground, get some heavy rest. Now I have to worry about what is worse or what is best. Good. Oh, Domino. So, yeah. So I was like, all right, has anybody done anything recently for that song? And that was 10 years ago. I think the last time that they plugged that on YouTube. So I haven't heard the song in at least 10 years. And it just made a whole lot of sense. But yeah, so it's the domino effect. Um, it's not recent. I've done it for some years now. Where if I'm walking into a store, I'm I'm no longer in a hurry, really, to do anything. So, and I realize some people are in a hurry, and so I walk up to a door to a store, and I open the door, and I see things in the reflection. Sorry, I'm not sure how to explain how I learned these skills, but I see things uh, in every reflection. Just kind of scan, and I see reflections, the glass, and so I see people behind me, and they're coming in, they're walking up behind me, and sometimes they're very quick, and I'll open the door, and I'll stand there, open the door for them. After you. Sometimes they say nothing. Fine, whatever. They don't even. They think I'm just the doorman. But other people who get it, yeah, thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. Or yes, ma'am. Or very politely, however polite I feel like, that person said, uh, maybe just a nod. And the domino effect over the last some years is that I've had more doors open for me, literally, uh, literal doors, like the actual door to where I'm going, and somebody will stand there, and they will hold they will hold, they're just holding the door open for me. And if they say something or give me a look, uh, I, for the most part, I usually say thank you, a pleasantry of some sort, right? Because with the rise of, you know you can't hold the door, you can't pay a check, and all these things. It's like either a nod or thank you, some sort of pleasantry. Like, for the most part, when people make the overt effort, I said thank you, out loud and with resonance. Thank you, hey, ah, like something like that, and gives them that. I feel a connection, and so more and more often in my local environment, it's happening more and more often over the years that you go first. No, you age before beauty. Oh, you're right. All those sorts of things, they end up being quips, and you never even know later on. Um, they end up. You never know exactly what's going to happen, and some people are still jerks. Doesn't matter. I'm not worried about people who don't get it yet. Um, but it's the ones that do get it that I'm seeing more and more often. It's like, no, no, you are. It's like the selflessness, and it's a domino effect. And I, I'm just seeing it more and more often. There you go. Lord have mercy. So, anywho, in any case, go open a door for somebody, and uh, see how far that gets you. Just set your own domino in motion. And it's not just opening a door, it goes way beyond that. That's just the prime base. So here, this is where we start. uh, so beyond that, I've had many times it's like, hey, if I have my blinkers on and I'm just like I got to take a call and I'm pulled over on the side of the road. Uh, if I had to take, an emergency call or something like that, I'm pulled over on the side of the road. I put my blinkers on, off, out of the road, out of the roadway. If I'm there long enough for maybe a minute or two, somebody will pull up, like, "You okay? You okay?" And I literally have to roll my window down, like, "I'm good, I'm good." So I do the same thing with other people. They're in the median or something like that up, and I see a flat tire. It's same thing. It's just a domino effect. It rolls upstream. The domino effect of politeness rolls upstream. The domino effect of rudeness is downstream. So um, it's no need for argument. There's no argument at all. Yeah, you'll never hear from them. And the thing about arguments is you don't need to argue. It's like oh no no right, okay okay. So you open the door. Yeah. Okay. Let the door handle go. Let it go. You don't need to press a matter. You don't need to press. There's no need to press. Just let it be. Be who you are. That just made it didn't call. Wherever you're at. And if you never hear from me, that just means I was rather that. Oh, Domino, all right. Romeo, there you go. Lord, I said, oh, Domino, Romeo. I think that's what winning culture is. Winning culture is a domino effect. So win, baby, win. That. But it's not win at all costs. It's win the right way. Don't be dirty. Because if you're dirty, watching some of these things nowadays, people who won when they're dirty, they're not having a good domino effect when the last domino falls. A lot of that stuff, it's not good for them. So, uh, winning with attitude of respect, uh, politeness, being yourself, true to yourself. I think that's better than winning at all cost. Because hey, you know, I don't. We'll see where my domino finally falls. But I'm seeing the effects of dominoes in my current life that I started many years ago, and the dominoes that I started seem to be working out okay. And uh, I I just I'm not sure, but in this holiday season, your family's like, There's all these tensions. It's difficult, but you just somebody gets you irritated real quick. Choose that fork in the road. Which way do you want to go? Which domino do you want to knock over? That one or that one?
There you go. Hey, all right. Say it again. I said, hey, Mr. DJ, I just want to hear some rhythm and blues music.
So I don't know. Go look up Van Morrison. See when the last time anybody actually looked at the Domino song, Domino. It's been at least 10 years since I guess anybody even thought about it as a philosophical um, a way of being, way of a thought process. Which domino will I knock over? 2015 was the last one I saw on there. So, anywho, I guess that's a wise old man. I'm not even gonna call him old soul. A wise soul, wise, uh, wiser than me, and that's a domino. I was given wisdom. Maybe this isn't wise to you. Maybe I'm just some d bag on a with a Pedro shirt behind me. uh, but I feel the difference. I feel the difference daily. I really do. It's not just every now and then. It's daily. Sometimes more than daily. But choose your path. Hit the right. Hit the domino that you want to see the eventuality of. In any case, I guess I'll just leave it there. Again, much love, and hopefully this will domino uh, some of your actions, thoughts, and spiderweb out. Ripple, 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 ripple in still water.